it's a lose-lose situation, because if you like this movie, people will hate you. And if you hate this movie, you're a misogynist, so... Hey everyone, welcome to the review. Here's my review for the movie Captain Marvel. Yes, Captain Marvel stars Brie Larson, JayVaters, Jude Law, Samuel Jackson, Clark Gregg, Annette and Ben Mendelsohn, and this movie is directed by Boden and Ryan Fleck, two very good filmmakers. Yeah, see Half Nelson, that's a really great film. And they give us Captain Marvel, the story of Carol Danvers as Captain Marvel, which, according to Kevin Feige, is the greatest Marvel superhero and the most popular Marvel superhero. Sure, why not? Let's go with that now. But yeah, this movie is about Carol Danvers, and alright, how do I talk about the plot without actually spoiling anything? Well, she's basically a part of this, like, you know, these alien officers, they're the Kree and stuff, and they're against these other alien species called the Skrulls and stuff. They battle these, like, two alien species and stuff, and Carol Danvers is under the Kree side, and when I mean Kree, I mean the aliens Kree, not the native people Kree. Yes, I'm Canadian, so I know all about the native Kree nation people and stuff. Anyways, so yeah, she finds out that she gets, like, flashes that she's actually from a planet called Earth and stuff, and she ends up going to Earth and actually needs to track them down and get them, and she has the help of Nick Fury, a very young Nick Fury, and she's in the 1990s on Earth, so there's a lot of Earth 90s references like Blockbuster Video, and yeah, basically she finds out more of the truth that she was like actually born on Earth and she was taken by people. I can't spoil anything. And yeah, I'm basically talking very minimalistic when it comes to explaining the plot without spoiling things, but if you've read the Miss Marvel / Captain Marvel comic books, I think you'll know it pretty much follows the story. It changes some things, but it follows it pretty well, pretty loyal to the source material. And yeah, how is it? How was the movie? How's Captain Marvel? This movie that has a ton of controversy. Yeah, I'm gonna start by saying, I made the video about controversy and stuff. I even said in that video, the controversy is not going to shape my opinion of the film. Literally, it's not. It's not going to shape my opinion. It shapes my opinion a little on Brie Larson as a person, but not as an actress, because I think she's a very good actress. I love her in the movie Room and stuff. She's a very talented actress. So yeah, that doesn't shape my opinion at all with the film. I'm judging it as a film lover, as a film goer, as a fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm judging it as that. And as a film, it is passable. It's fine. It's perfectly okay. Like, so yeah, it's hilarious that when you think about it now, like, it's kind of funny that this got a lot of controversy for just a very okay, serviceable film. Okay, let's get to the positives first, because I want to talk about positives first. Samuel Jackson, he's the best part of this whole movie. Nick Fury, this is like a slash Nick Fury movie. It's a Carol Danvers movie, but it's also a Nick Fury movie. It's like a buddy movie. And honestly, anytime he's on screen, it's awesome. Samuel Jackson is a terrific actor, and he is terrific in this movie. He's likable, he's great. You find out some pretty cool stuff about him, about S.H.I.E.L.D. and how he like lost his eye and stuff. You find some pretty cool things. And he has natural great chemistry with Brie Larson and everything, and I loved him. He was likable, and he's just an absolute badass in this movie, and I love him. I love his personality. I just love Nick Fury as a character, and Samuel Jackson's just so good in the role, and I just loved him. Another person I liked was Ben Mendelsohn. Ben Mendelsohn as the Skrull guy, like he's part of the Skrull people, and he was really cool. The design of him is pretty cool, and just his story is very interesting. I found him a compelling character, and I was rooting for him. Even like when the movie started, I was really just invested with his story, and I just thought he was really cool. I really enjoyed his character, and how they end his story is really, really great. No spoilers. I even enjoyed Jude Law, because Jude Law's got personality. His character's a little flawed, but it's Jude Law. Like, Jude Law has this charm, this charisma about him, and he's just great. And how he, like, trains Carol Danvers is pretty cool and stuff, and I liked him a lot as well. He was pretty cool. And, yeah, there's a cat in this movie. I love cats. So, yeah, Goose, awesome. I loved that cat. That cat was awesome. And the visuals, it's just obvious, like every MCU film has good visuals. The visuals are cool, really cool visuals, really cool effects. The way they do like the CGI to make Clark Gregg and Samuel Jackson look younger, really good, really revolutionary special effects. Like, effects are really, really cool. They're really impressed me, like, what they did with Ant-Man and what they did with Rogue One, a Star Wars story. How they make people look younger is really freaking cool. So yeah, the effects, the visuals were cool. For the most part, the action was pretty cool. Like, I was invested with the action stuff. Like, there's like a scene where Carol Danvers has to break out of something. I love breakout scenes, like when someone has to escape and break out of something. And like, yeah, that was a really cool scene. It's even like in Man of Steel. I don't like Man of Steel, but one of my favorite scenes is when Lois Lane has to break out of Zod's ship and then Jor-El's the guide her and she's like shooting all the Kryptonians with the gun. I love that scene. It's a cool scene. And there's a sort of a scene sort of like that in this movie near the beginning. It was a pretty badass scene. I also love the score. The score was really cool. It was very different and had this sort of electronic beat to it and everything. It felt very 80s. Felt like very much like Last Starfighter sort of a score. It was really cool. I like that. The soundtrack was pretty cool. I love some of the 80s music that had. It's a 90s movie, but they have 80s music in it. But they have 90s music in it as well, and that was kind of cool. And I like seeing like 90s nostalgia, because I'm a 90s kid. I was born in 1991, so it's cool seeing Blockbuster again. And yeah, there's some cool little tidbits there and there. There were some pretty funny scenes as well, mostly by Nick Fury. But yeah, so yeah, those are the positives. The good costume design as well. So a lot of positives to this movie, and yeah. So how about the negatives? Ooh, here we go. Oh my god, how do I say this? Brie Larson is not very good in the movie. Yeah, nothing, okay, this is nothing to do with the controversy, like, nothing at all. Nothing to do with her as a person. It just, she is so bland and so dull. It just, oh my god, I just... Every scene with just her, I'm just like, oh my god, go back to Nick Fury, go back to Jude Law, go back to Ben Mendelsohn, go back to the characters that I actually give a shit about. She's terrible. Okay, she's not terrible. She's mediocre. That's good. That's more nice. She's not terrible. There's a couple scenes she's pretty darn good. Every scene she's with Sam Jackson. Anytime she's with Samuel Jackson, Nick Fury, she like gives a better performance because they have such good chemistry with each other. That's the only time I actually gave a shit about Carol Danvers, but she's so bland and she has three emotions in this movie. It's and then like those are her emotions in this whole movie. And yeah, Brie Larson, I know she was talking about strong, independent woman. I guess, yeah, that's what she is in the movie, but my god, could they have made her more interesting? And she's just so bland and dull, and this movie's Captain Marvel. I didn't give two shits about Captain Marvel. I liked Nick Fury. I liked, Ben Mendelsohn's character and Jude Law. I liked them. I liked her friend. Like, I think her name's like Rambo or something. She's not related to John Rambo, but her friend, her pilot friend, she was pretty cool. That actress should have been Carol Danvers. She was a better actress. But, like, I didn't care about Carol Danvers. And I even said this in the video about the controversy. Carol Danvers is not an interesting character. So what was I expecting? Because Carol Danvers is not interesting. She's a boring, lame character in the comic books. She's not interesting in the comics. Like, I've read a bunch of Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel comic books, and Carol Danvers is dull and boring. And whoever says that she is one of the most popular characters is bullshit. Go to any comic book store. I live by 2 comic book stores. 2. And the Miss Marvel and the Captain Marvel comic books, they never sell out. Never. Spider-Man does, Batman does, X-Men does, Superman does, Justice League, Suicide Squad, Guardians of the Galaxy, Iron Man, even Spawn, even Archie and Jughead, they sell out. Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, none of them sell out. Shazam even sells out. Those are the comic books people like and the characters they're invested in. Not Carol Danvers. No one gives a shit about Carol Danvers. The only thing I like about Carol Danvers is that Rogue steals her powers. And I was hoping that was going to happen at the end of the movie, and it doesn't. Carol Danvers is not interesting, and I never thought they could make her interesting in a movie, and this movie just proves otherwise. She ain't an interesting character. So maybe it's not Brie Larson's fault, because she's just a dull character anyways, but Brie Larson was bland, and the character of Carol Danvers is a bland and uninteresting character. And that is the biggest flaw with this movie, because the movie is about Carol Danvers, and we're supposed to give a shit about Carol Danvers, and I could give two flying shits about Carol Danvers. Her backstory was all in like these little flashes that last like 20 seconds, and I'm like, oh my god. They're trying so hard to put this emotionality in it, and just, it's not emotional, and I just don't give a rat's ass. And there's a lot of nitpicks in this movie that don't make sense within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I just there's also a scene where Nick Fury figures out, this is the scene, he figures out the name for the Avengers, and it's so lame. I'm like, really? That's how you came up with the name for the Avengers? That is so dumb. It's so corny. It's just, I hated that. I'm like, really? And there's even a scene that's super, it comes off super forced. There's this scene that tries so hard to make Captain Marvel such a badass character. And it is so forced. It's near the third act, and it's just, I'm like, it's so cringy. And yeah, there's also a twist in the movie, and it is such an obvious twist. I'm like, I bet that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. It's not even a twist. Wow, try to be edgy with that twist, right? I'm like, uh-huh. And every time Carol Danvers tries to be funny, it is so cringy, and oh god, and it fails. And anytime Nick Fury or Ben Mendelsohn aren't making jokes because they're the funniest people, anytime it's someone else making a joke, it is not funny. So out of comedy-wise, this is probably one of the least funniest comic book movies, MCU movies and stuff, because some of the comedy just comes off cringy and just, I'm like, ugh. A lot of scenes when they're trying to make these big laugh-out-loud jokes, I'm like, yeah, that didn't work. And also, it's a 2 hours and 10-minute film. I felt the length. I felt the time. Infinity War is a 2 hours and 45-minute film, and I didn't feel that flew by, but this one I could feel the 2 hours and 10 minutes. There's even a part of the movie halfway, I had to go to use the bathroom. I went to use the bathroom, because I didn't care. Because I know the Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel story, I know Carol Danvers' story, so I know exactly what was going to happen in this movie. So I went up to go use the bathroom. I used the bathroom really bad when I saw Captain America Civil War, but I did not want to get up missing Civil War because I loved it. I was so invested with that movie. But with this movie, I didn't give a shit. I didn't give a rat's ass. I'm like, I don't give a shit if I take 20 minutes in the bathroom because I don't care. So yeah. And yeah, even how they do Marvel in this movie, is ridiculous. I'm just like, oh, come on, really? I didn't like how they did Marvel. So yeah, I didn't like Annette Bening very much in this movie either. So yeah, there's a lot of problems, very major problems about this movie that really took the experience away from me, and just this is definitely one of the weaker top 5 bottom tier MCU films. I didn't hate it. Again, I liked a lot of the side characters, like Nick Fury and stuff. I liked the villain. I liked some of the little nods they did, and there's some funny moments, some badass action scenes. There was some also just drawn-out action scenes, but there was some really genuinely cool shit in this movie. All of a sudden, it was a passable, serviceable film for me. I know a lot of people are going to love it. That's cool. I know a lot of people are going to hate it, and that's cool too. Respect people's opinions. That's all I gotta say, people. Respect people's opinions. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give Captain Marvel a 6.5 out of 10. It was completely passable. I'm glad I saw it. I won't watch it again. That was my review for the movie Captain Marvel. So in the comment section below, please tell me, did you see this movie? If you did, give me your honest thoughts and opinions on this film. If you liked it, that's cool. If you hate it, again, that's perfectly fine. Give me your honest opinions and don't be an asshole. Comment below, let me know. And as always, for this video, please subscribe to the channel and join the dark side.